welcome to Claire's Yoga and Wellness channel. Today we're going to do a really fun bendy bow flow, and it's going to be really quick, but we're going to really open up that back area and leave you feeling really good. Okay, let's get going. First, let's start in a child's pose. Keep your toes together, open your legs, and I want you to sink your chest in between your legs and reach your fingers towards the front of your mat. And just take a few deep breaths here while you set your intention for the rest of the practice. And when you're ready, come on up, tuck your toes, and push yourself back into downward facing dog. Now, if you're a little stiff this morning, you don't need to get your feet all the way down to the ground just yet, but our aim is to try and get the heels to touch the mat. Okay, now to increase a bit of that flexibility, if we've got tight hamstrings, you can just walk your feet out on the spot, and you can add a bit of movement side to side with your hips as well. Then come back to neutral. Push your hands into the mat and sink your chest towards the floor. And then I want you to step forward into a nice stretch down the inside of the leg. And then you're going to drop that back knee, coming into our low lunge. And come on up, and I want you just to hold onto your knee or use it as a leverage and just add a little back bend here. Just starting to waken up the back. You're just going to open it and then come on forward. Come back up, push through your hands, look towards the ceiling, then come on back to your hands on the floor. And one last time, push your knee, add that little back bend. Breathe here, really sink through the hips. High lunge, step back into plank, hold it here. Breathe. Here we're going to add a little bit of core exercises, so I want you to touch your knee to your elbow, come back into plank, and then repeat on the opposite side. Try and get physical contact if you can. And last one on each side. Then come down through your chaturanga, untuck your toes, and we're just going to add a little baby cobra here. Pull your shoulders down, keep your toes and heels together, and push through your hands, and have nice long necks. Come on back down again. Then we're going to do this again. Push through your hands and come on all the way up. Hold it here. This time you're keeping your thighs on the floor. Your toes are still touching. Then come back down again. Then we're going to come back into that baby cobra. Hold it here. Try and keep your elbows close to your side. Come back down again. And then push on up. This time, I want you to lift your thighs off the floor, coming into our upward facing dog. Just hold it here. And then push back into our downward facing dog. just feel if you've got any more flexibility in the back of the hamstrings. And then step forward with our left foot in between our hands into that high lunge again. Again, sinking your hips, really deepening the stretch. Keep that back leg nice and long, pushing the heel towards the floor. And then drop your back knee, untuck your toes, and come into the low lunge. Hold it here, sinking your hips. And again, we're going to come on up, place our hands on top of our knee and push our knee to add that little back bend as we sink the hips towards the floor as well. Then come on forward, place our hands on the floor, then come back, push through our hands, and each time feeling if that little back bend gets any easier, come back. And if you can't place your hands all the way down to the mat, it's okay. Just work with your body, and each time you do this, it'll get easier and your flexibility and mobility will increase. Then come on up. One last time, push your hands into that knee, really sink those hips down, and let's hold it here. Look up towards the ceiling. And come on back. Tuck your toes, come back into that high lunge. Breathe. Step back into our plank, hold it here. Engage your core. You want to keep your backs nice and long. And this time, we're going to touch our knee to the opposite elbow, come back into plank, and then repeat on the opposite side. Two more on each side. And last one. Hold it here. Breathe. And I want you to drop down onto your forearms. Interlace your fingers and come into this low plank. Engage your core. And here we're going to push up into our dolphin and then come forward into low lunge. Into low plank. Apologies. Forward over our hands. Push back. This not only gives us a nice deep stretch down the hamstrings, but it also does a full body workout, really working on that core as well. Let's do 3 more. You're doing great. Last one. Push up. Hold in your low plank. Come on back up into high plank. And then through our chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Now hold it here. Keep those toes together. Shoulders down. And push back. Downward facing dog. And then come on forward. Get into our plank. Dropping our knees. Coming all the way down onto our tummies. Take our arms behind us. And here we're just going to lift one leg. Bring it down. And the opposite leg. You can either keep your head off the floor or place your forehead on the top of the mat, whichever feels best for you. And you're just going to alternate one foot at a time. Let's do 2 more on each side. Last one. Now I want you to lift both your legs and your arms off the mat. Holding here, keeping your toes together. Nearly done. And come on down. And to begin with, I want you just to hold on to the left ankle. Just go to stretch it up. You can keep your hand down the side or you can put it in front just to give you the balance. And you're just going to extend that foot, flex it, and try and get it as high as you possibly can. Really engaging your glutes here. Then come on down. Change sides. Get hold of the right foot or ankle. Flex the foot and lift it off the floor. Engage your glute. Then come on back. And those of you who are ready to go into the full bow position, then I would like you to get hold of both of your ankles. Flex your feet. Try and keep your feet close together. And you're just going to extend through the chest, lifting it off the floor and coming up as high as you possibly can. If this is too difficult for you, please just repeat the previous asanas and we'll be finished very shortly. Really push through your legs. And if you'd like to add a rock here, you can do. And hold it. Extend one last time. And then relax and carefully come out. Place your forehead on top of your hands in front of you and just rest. And come on up and let's push back again into the child's pose. Put your toes together, open your knees, mat width apart, and sink your chest in between your hands, reaching your fingers to the front of your mat. This feels really nice as a counter pose after we've just been into the full expression of bow. And we're just going to relax here to finish off the practice. So take a few deep breaths before we end. And when you're ready, come on up. To finish off, if you'd like to do this last pose, just to stretch out the spine, please join me. You're going to take hold of your ankles, place your head towards your knees, and you're just going to push on up. And then come on back and meet me in the center of your mat. I hope you enjoyed this really nice, quick, bendy bow flow today. And if you did, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and let's grow this channel. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.